We are back in Toronto after, what was it, like over a month in Thailand. And we haven't posted a bit in like, I don't know, like 2 weeks. Because the end of our trip in Thailand was just like, honestly, hell. I ended up getting dengue fever and Ashley got stuck in Indonesia airport for like 3 days. So it was just a bit of chaos, but finally we're back and we're staying in an Airbnb in Toronto and we're with Cookie, which Ashley and I both miss a lot. Today we are going to go hit the streets and we're gonna interview people about what they do for a living, how much money they make, what they studied, and kind of have some fun. But we do have some stuff to do first. On the trip, I crashed a lender drone that we got from Omnitech, which is a retail supplier for DJI. So we gotta go bring them their broken drone back. They have my drone, which is apparently fixed, so we're gonna do the switcheroo. I do have to stop at my mom's house because there's some packages and stuff that arrive and have to get some mail, but we will get downtown and we're gonna be interviewing people, but we're just waiting for my phone to charge. Then we're leaving. I'm honestly curious what the DJI store is gonna say about their broken drone, but I know I owe them $1,000 from my drone that's currently being fixed, so.
Just make sure you say sorry.
I'm sorry. The car's coming up. We got a rental. Shout out to my boy Tony at LGO Cars, because he always hooks us up with rental cars whenever we're in Toronto. So, as I mentioned earlier, Ashley was trapped in Indonesia. We flew from Bangkok to Indonesia. And Ashley, tell us what happened when you got to Indonesia.
So I have a temporary passport, which is like an emergency passport, and it's good for a year. So my passport is technically not expired until November of this year. But in Indonesia, in order to enter the country, you need to obtain a visa on arrival. And you can do that with a regular Canadian passport, but you cannot do that with an emergency passport. And I did not know that. I had been traveling with it for 6 months and never had an issue with it. So this is the first issue I ran into. And it was a bad one.
As soon as I started having issues, I like waited and we got brought into some like side room or whatever. And they're basically like, yeah, you're not coming into the country to Ashley. And because I got accepted, they didn't let me stay with her. They like forced me to leave. She had to stay the night in the airport by herself. And I stayed in a hotel. The next day, she was in the airport all day. I was waiting outside the airport. It was literally just hell. But she finally got a flight to Singapore and her destination was Bangkok. So I flew directly to Bangkok and then she stayed another night in Singapore. And Singapore is like a super bougie country and the airport is super nice, like one of the nicest in the world. Yet she was put in the IP lounge, which from what she was been able to tell me is nothing like a lounge. She was there for 30 hours. She's only allowed to use her phone for 10 minutes every hour. And she didn't have access to any of her personal belongings. So she was literally being treated like a criminal in transit. And then
it's also
finally
just really embarrassing to like have everything taken away from you, like all of your you already have very minimal things, but like your personal belongings. I didn't have a toothbrush. Like I was wearing, there was cameras everywhere, and I'm like wearing a jumpsuit to go to the bathroom. You have to get fully naked.
And in the end, after being transited back to Bangkok after all those days in holding and shit, they lost her luggage.
Yeah.
We were able to get it like 4 days later.
5 days.
5 days later, but yeah, it was like just the worst episode. A couple days later in Bangkok, I got the worst fever I've ever had in my life. I had dengue fever, which is like this viral disease you get from mosquitoes. It was a bit of a bad ending to that trip, but we're back in Toronto and the weather's beautiful here and we're gonna be doing a bunch of interviews with people. I'm super excited.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I literally could not avoid that.
Good thing it's a rental.
Sorry, Tony.
Fresh drone.
Fresh drone.
Keep it that way.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll shake your hand and we're out of here.
Okay, it's all good.
Thank you so much.
Wait. So you're paying basically for this one? No. Okay, so you're paying for the repair would be this one. So the repair that you're paying for would be for this one today.
Okay. Yeah. So we're clear to take this one and we're good to go.
No. So I think I'm communicating wrong.
We already paid for the repairs for that one. So next time we come back, we just pick up that drone and we're clear.
No, see, now I'm confused.
So $1,800 and we now have 2 drones. It's honestly, it's more than I was wanting to spend, but these things are expensive. So if you're not already subscribed, go and hit the subscribe button so I can keep breaking drones.
I remember now.
I also would like to get some clothes from the basement because we're living out of a bag and all of the clothes that we have are like vacation clothes. Welcome to the storage unit. It changes every time I come down here, so I don't really know where anything is. Honestly, most of the clothes in here I haven't worn in so long, like in 2 years, and I feel like most of them are just like, it's like garbage anyways.
Oh, Aaron.
This is what it's like when you just decide to travel for years. So in this small, dark little basement, we have like 3 luggages here. Shoes, pants, winter clothes, my Xbox, another box full of stuff, electronics. In this trip to Toronto for the next like 3 months we'll be here, Ashley and I are actually gonna be buying our first house so that we never have to come down into this basement to find our stuff every time a season changes. And look what I found. Jeez! I've honestly barely like got to put this up or anything. Honestly, thank you to everybody who consistently watches our videos. This would have never been possible without all of you wonderful people.
We'll hang
it up someday.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get a bigger one.
Oh, that's
Presented
nice.
to Aaron Vankampen for passing 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
That's really cool.
You can hang it up on a wall.
Yeah.
You want to
I'll put it on display. That's cute.
So we're just taking a little pause and hanging out at my mom's house, just in the backyard. And my sister just arrived with my niece and her partner, Fawcett. Say hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi, welcome home.
How's it going, Fawcett? Nice to see you here. I'll give you like a half hug here. All right, let's get this show on the road. So I did a wardrobe adjustment, and funnily enough, I didn't remember, but these pants have like a big rip right here. I'm gonna be interviewing people, and like if they just look down, they'll just see a big gash in my crotch. And I think we're gonna probably go to Trinity Bellwoods. I've actually gone and done this before, and I had success in Trinity Bellwoods. The best place to do this is generally where people are chilling. If you're like grabbing people that are walking or doing something, they're usually like, don't bother me. I'm like, which is understandable because who wants to be bothered while they're busy? We'll see Wagwan with it. Right, Ashley?
Oh, Lord.
Before we get to interviewing people, we're gonna grab a quick bite to eat at a bar that I really like on this strip. It's called Death and Taxes. Come here a lot back in the day pre-COVID, and I'm glad that they were able to stick it out past COVID because a lot of restaurants in this city completely died and like abandoned and closed shop. Super hungry, and this felt like it took like 30 minutes, but I got the spicy chicken sandwich. It's really good here.
Good.
Yeah, really good. We're gonna try to grab some people on the sidewalk. We're walking towards a park called Trinity Bellwoods where I know there will be people hanging out. So if we can't grab people on the street, then we'll at the very least be able to do it at the park where they're just like hanging out. There's also a few types of people that I like think this is bad to do it with, like a couple. Imagine asking someone on like the 3rd date, like, you know, you ask their boyfriend how much money they make. It's kind of like, yo, what do you mean? But yeah, let's just see what happens. All right, these guys look good. Excuse me. Could I interview one of you guys for like 30 seconds for a TikTok video? Sure. So it's about what you do, your success, how much you make. It's about salary transparency, but it's a very short, brief interview. Take like 30 seconds. Yeah, it takes quick seconds, that's all.
I'm a designer.
What do you design?
Still TBD, but brand identities and some visual identity stuff.
And how long did you take to study that?
5 years.
And how much do you make?
I make 110.
Was it worth it?
TBD.
Okay, awesome.
I studied engineering.
What do you do now?
I do marketing, but I'm also a founder of a tech company.
How much do you make?
It depends. I'm a founder of a tech startup, and so I don't pay myself a lot, but I also do some consulting on the side where I could get paid anywhere between like $10,000 to $20,000 a month.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Aaron Vankampen. Here, thank you. Those guys are hilarious. It's interesting hearing when people have like a startup company or something like that guy doesn't pay himself from his company, which is kind of interesting. It's not unheard of. It's good that the first people we chose, they did it, but I swear I can snipe the people that will do it and the people that won't do it. Probably on our last group, the sun's almost going down. Excuse me, lovely people. Sorry for interrupting your lovely picnic. Is there any possibility that I can interview one of you for roughly 30 seconds for a TikTok video? I can preface regarding what the interview is about. No? Okay. Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's like like a broken record, like saying the same. I feel like I should just like record myself saying the same line and just play it, like walk other people and just play a record. Like I can preface regarding what the interview is about. Yeah, you guys okay? For sure. Thank you so much. I'm popular online for going to people's mansions, knocking on their door and asking them a question. Does anyone know what it is? Yeah? Yeah, so I have close to 3 billion views in the past year. Oh, I'll do it. Okay, cool. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a director of sales development.
What do you sell?
I sell ITSM, I sell tech.
Tech.
Yeah.
And what did you study in school?
I studied international business.
If you could change your current career, what would you change it to?
It's a good question. If I could change my current career, I think I would continue to try to manage and lead people at the end of the day, but it might be pivoted away from something sales related and more for something that matters to in a social concept.
Amazing answers. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Aaron B.
Nice to meet you. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a high school teacher.
No kidding. And what did you study in school?
I studied economics and philosophy.
What would you suggest students or young people to be when they grow up? Like, what would you suggest a career for young people?
That is a loaded question. I'd say do whatever makes you happy, but regardless, I recommend that everyone get financial literacy so that you learn how to save and invest your money so that it can grow, so that you can use it to make your dreams come true.
Couldn't have been a better answer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I don't know if that girl liked the interview. Like halfway through it, she was like almost throwing shade. I feel like maybe, I don't know, but I'm starting to stutter at this point. Like I feel like I've interviewed and broken record quite a few times. If I had to pick anyone's job out of that, I would probably do what the sales manager guy does. Said he makes like 150 to 200K. Not that that's the reason. I would be good at sales. I'm good at talking to people. I think I'm a decent leader, maybe, but it sounds like a decent job. Anyways, that's it for this video, and we will see you next week.